Welcome to Iraqi Dinar News, your trusted source for accurate and timely updates on foreign currency developments. If you're holding Iraqi dinar or Vietnamese dong and wondering how to navigate the exchange process at Chase Bank in 2025, this guide is essential viewing. As of the current date in the USA, more people than ever are seeking reliable options to convert their IQD or VND, and Chase Bank has entered the conversation as one of the institutions offering that possibility. But only if you know what steps to follow. Walking into a branch without proper preparation can result in unnecessary delays, added costs, or even complete rejection of your request. That's why understanding the process ahead of time could save you both money and frustration. To begin, it's important to understand that not all Chase Bank branches provide foreign currency services, and even fewer will handle exotic currencies like the Iraqi dinar or Vietnamese dong. So, the very first step is to call your local branch directly, ask to speak with someone in foreign exchange services, and confirm whether they support transactions involving IQD or VND. Many locations only deal in mainstream currencies like the euro or pound sterling, so assuming they'll handle your request without checking could lead to disappointment. If you're a Chase account holder, the process becomes slightly more streamlined. Through your online banking portal, you may have the option to place a currency order by selecting the specific foreign denomination and the amount you wish to exchange. However, even after placing the order online, you'll still need to physically visit a branch to complete the pickup. Chase does not ship currency to personal addresses, and in-branch verification is required to finalize the exchange. For those who are not Chase customers, don't worry, you can still initiate a currency exchange, but you'll need to do it in person at a branch that supports non-account holder transactions. These branches may impose higher fees or require additional documentation, and the process could take longer. In both cases, the most important step is confirming availability in advance. IQD and VND are considered non-standard currencies, and even if the branch is equipped for foreign exchange, they might not have those specific bills in stock. In such cases, a special order will need to be placed, and it could take anywhere from 2 to 7 business days to arrive, depending on demand and location. Once your currency is available for pickup, you'll receive a notification from the branch. At that point, you must bring a valid government-issued ID, typically a driver's license or passport, to verify your identity. Some locations may also request proof of residence, such as a utility bill or bank statement, especially if you're not a current Chase customer. At the counter, the staff will verify your order, present you with any required paperwork, and have you sign transaction forms. After confirmation, you'll be given your cash in IQD or VND, depending on your request. Always take a moment to count and verify the amount before leaving the branch. Now let's address the issue of fees, which often go unnoticed until it's too late. Chase Bank does charge a service fee for currency exchanges. This fee varies by branch and may not be clearly advertised in advance. In addition to the flat service fee, Chase applies a margin to the exchange rate itself. That means the rate you receive is not the same as the one posted on Forex tracking websites. The margin may be small in percentage terms, but when you're exchanging large volumes, such as tens or hundreds of thousands of IQD or VND, it can result in a significant difference in your final payout. To avoid surprises, always request a quote in writing before confirming the transaction. Ask for the exact rate being applied, the service fee, and the total amount you'll receive in US dollars. This breakdown will help you assess whether you're comfortable with the offer or would prefer to compare rates elsewhere. It's not uncommon for people to contact multiple banks or specialized currency exchange centers to see where they can get the best overall value. Continuing from where we left off, one major point to remember is that Chase Bank only processes foreign currency in physical cash form. If you're holding digital versions of the dinar or dollar such as certificates or online balances, you won't be able to convert them at the bank. Chase requires that you present actual currency notes, and those notes must be in good condition. Notes that are torn, excessively worn, or visibly damaged may be refused. In some branches, staff may inspect each note carefully, and reject bills they consider suspicious or in unacceptable shape. To avoid any complications, always bring clean, clearly printed bills, preferably in standard denominations like 25,000 IQD or 500,000 VND, which are easier for the bank to validate. Another point that catches many off guard is transaction limits. While Chase doesn't publish strict caps for daily foreign currency transactions, individual branches may set limits based on cash flow or local policy. If you're planning to exchange an amount greater than $5,000, 0 cents, it's best to notify the branch ahead of time. This allows them to prepare accordingly and gives them the opportunity to explain any additional requirements. In some cases, larger exchanges may trigger a currency transaction report that is filed with U.S. federal regulators. This is standard procedure and not something to be concerned about. It simply ensures that large cash movements are documented for compliance purposes. After completing your exchange, don't forget to collect all documentation associated with the transaction. This includes your receipt, any forms you were asked to sign, and a copy of the ID you provided. These documents are not just for record keeping. They may also be helpful for tax filing, proof of ownership, or future financial planning discussions. In fact, some investors working with financial planners or legal consultants keep detailed exchange records as part of their asset portfolios, especially if they are tracking potential revaluation gains in the future. To protect yourself even further, consider making digital backups of these documents for safekeeping. It's also worth noting that Chase Bank is not in the business of speculation. That means they won't offer predictions, forecasts, or opinions on whether the Iraqi dinar or Vietnamese dong is likely to increase in value due to revaluation. Their role is purely transactional. They facilitate currency exchanges at the current bank rate and do not provide investment advice. If you're holding IQD or VND in hopes of a future increase in value, that's your independent investment decision. Chase will simply process the conversion at whatever rate is active at the time of your transaction. Because exchange rates fluctuate daily, you should always check the rate on the same day you plan to complete your transaction. Small differences in the rate can result in noticeable gains or losses, especially for larger amounts. While Chase does not disclose how much markup is applied to their exchange rate, you can make a rough estimate by comparing their posted rate to real-time Forex data from trusted financial platforms. This allows you to judge how competitive their offer is and whether it's worth proceeding. One common question is whether Chase allows customers to lock in a rate in advance or schedule a future exchange date. At this time, they do not offer such options. Your transaction will be processed based on the prevailing rate at the moment it is executed. This means that if you're concerned about short-term volatility in exchange rates, one strategy might be to divide your total currency into smaller batches and exchange them over time. This can help reduce the risk of committing everything at a rate that may shift unfavorably just days later. Not all IQD and VND notes are treated equally. Occasionally, older versions or unfamiliar designs may be declined at the counter. Some branches are more cautious than others and may only accept the newest series of notes. This is why calling ahead to confirm the types of notes accepted is not just helpful, it's essential. If you arrive with mixed batches of currency, you could face partial rejection, which can disrupt your plans and lead to further delays. Banking hours are also a factor. Foreign currency services at Chase are generally limited to weekday hours, typically from 9:00 a.m. to 5:00 p.m. Most branches do not process currency exchanges on weekends, and some may require an appointment in advance. Never assume walk-in service is available. Always verify operating hours, staff availability, and required documents before showing up. As for whether now is the right time to exchange your entire holding or wait for a possible revaluation, that's a personal decision based on your financial goals and risk appetite. Some holders are choosing to convert a portion of their dinar or dong for immediate liquidity while retaining a balance in case of future value increases. Others prefer to wait entirely, expecting a favorable shift. Whatever you choose, Just make sure the process is done securely, transparently, and with full awareness of the associated costs. To sum it all up, Chase Bank remains one of the most dependable institutions offering foreign currency exchange. But success depends entirely on being prepared. If you're holding Iraqi dinar or Vietnamese dong, knowing what to expect and following the correct steps makes all the difference. Be sure to verify branch participation, inspect your currency, calculate expected returns, and maintain all records. A little preparation can turn a complicated task into a smooth and stress-free experience. Thank you for following along with Iraqi Dinar News. If you found this helpful, consider sharing this update and subscribing for more timely insights as we continue tracking every development surrounding the dinar, dong, and global revaluation efforts.